So Bedsoft is growing, and if I look at the numbers in terms of where we were last year and where we are now, the growth has been phenomenal. It's been great. But with that growth and this massive vision of us wanting to take on more and more and more, as part of wanting to deliver more, you always need to make sure that you've got the people to do that job, right? We had a lot of work. We had a market ready and waiting to consume, but we didn't have the people to help us get there. And this is where inspired testing came on board and helped us, because again, it's always first prize to have to hire your own people. But with that comes a very, very lengthy talent acquisition period. You're looking at anything between 4 to 6 months by the time you get your ads out for your jobs, you screen individuals, you go through the process of interviewing. And when you finally make an offer, you then end up in a situation where you've got to wait another month or two for the person's notice period elsewhere, right? And then there's the onboarding. So when you look at it, it's a very, very, very long time until you're able to bring a person on board, get them operational, and now they're adding value into your space, right? Whereas by partnering with Inspired Testing, we were able to do that in a much shorter time. The way Inspired Testing showed and demonstrated their level of commitment was through the constant touch bases. There was never a moment where I was left alone to navigate this journey of getting QA professionals on board. Right now, even as we speak, there are images of those faces of every individual who reached out to constantly check in and say, Denise, do you have everything you need? Are we hitting the mark? Are we there? What are we missing? And it's through that engagement, as well as then the openness and the transparency, I think, as a relationship and as a partner, just being able to openly talk about the hits and the misses, the highs and the lows. That's actually what's really been a huge difference in terms of the engagement that has come through with working with Inspired Testing. I know right now that I can pick up the phone and make a phone call and give feedback and know that that level of feedback, whether it's for improvement or whether it's just a positive feedback, is not necessarily going to be construed or interpreted in the incorrect way. That level of openness, as I keep saying, as part of our partnership, is what is really making the difference here, where we are consistently now getting the right individuals that we need. Again, if I have to go back and think about where we were when we first started, very, very early stages of the engagement, to where we are now, the success hit rate is exactly where it needs to be.